You know I love skydiving and I've been doing it for over 31 years, but just look at this. Head down at night, suits full of light and friends full of smiles. There's some of the most spectacular footage I've really ever seen in such a long time. German Vertical Record fan page just released a very fresh video from the successful attempt of creating the first official world free-fly sequential night record performed by 14 German skydivers and filmed by Wolfgang Leichbacher, and it looks really impressive. Well, what a view, nights, lights and skydiving altogether, amazing. So do you want to get more interesting aviation news and really unique special guests? If yes, stay with us, like us, give us a share and subscribe. I'm your host REGAN TETLOW and this is Air Sports News. SpaceX has made history again. A week ago, the spaceflight company, founded by the billionaire Elon Musk, launched 4 private passengers into orbit on the first mission to space with an all-civilian crew. A reusable Falcon 9 rocket carrying Jared Isaacman, Sean Proctor, Chris Sembowski and Haley Arsenault lifted off shortly after 8 p.m. from Florida last Wednesday. The 4-person crew spent 3 days in orbit around Earth before re-entering the atmosphere and splashing down in the Atlantic Ocean.
Welcome everybody to Crew Dragon Resilience.
The Crew Dragon spacecraft circled the planet 15 times each day from an altitude of nearly 360 miles, higher than the current orbits of the space station and the Hubble Space Telescope. Now, I'm really curious if you, just as us, will describe this aircraft as the most beautiful airplane on the planet. RollsRoyce has flown its all-electric Spirit of Innovation aircraft a few days ago and says it will embark on an intense testing program to validate its engineering projections. The aircraft differs from most other electric prototypes in that it was designed for high performance and looks a lot like the relentless Unlimited Reno Air Racers plane. The plane has a 400 kilowatt drivetrain with what Rolls-Royce say is the most power-dense battery pack ever assembled for an aircraft. The company hopes to fly at 300 miles per hour, and it's been reported that the plane may form the basis for a new military basic trainer. It looks so smooth and beautiful, don't you think? Okay, let's stay in the world of really fast airplanes. I bet you must remember the absolutely stunning world record of flying through the 2 highway tunnels in Turkey performed by a Red Bull Aerobatic pilot just 2 weeks ago. His name is Dario Costa, and I'm pleased to say I managed to track him down and talk with him about his unearthly flight in Turkey very shortly after he made it. Take a look.
You must still be in the middle of a media circus. It must be going crazy for you right now.
Yeah, it is. I'm still dizzy. I'm still in Istanbul. It's incredible, but it's kind of going through my mind still the whole project, and it's been one full year of full immersion in the project, and it's not that easy to cut and go back to daily life.
Yeah. I mean, you've done a lot of amazing projects. Your Nambia with Hamilton. I mean, that was years and years in production. Every time you've really put yourself right in the thick of making this happen. This one in Turkey, these 2 tunnels, new world record. Let me have a look at the stats here. 2.4 kilometers, 245.7 kilometers an hour. Man, really, every time I watch it, I've just watched it again now. It makes my palms sweat.
So the flow was perfect. If you ask me exactly if I reacted to the entrance of the second tunnel, I don't remember. They even had to train me to blink, because when we were training for the 45 seconds estimated time, I was never blinking. And York Köppler, the mental coach, was forcing me and said, Dario, you need to blink. You need to clean your eyes, so you have to blink. And you said, decide 2 or 3 moments where you can blink safely and do it. And when I finished the fly, I asked him, York, I think I didn't blink, you know? I'm sorry. And he said, well, let's check the video. And then we checked the video, and I'm blinking 3 times actually.
3 times, was it? Yeah.
Yes, I'm blinking at the exit of tunnel number 1, afterwards, because it was the critical moment, was the takeoff for me. So when I got out, I was, okay, it's done. Wind is okay, so blink. Then the second one is after the first big bump expected at the entrance of the second tunnel. So big bump, okay, relax, blink. And then the second one is after the shape change, which is the second big bump, and then blink. You know, and these were my critical moments.
My conversation with Dario lasted quite a lot longer, and you can find the whole length interview on our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. The opening ceremony and the first briefing of the US National Aerobatic Championships 2021 took place on Sunday in Salina, Kansas. This is the biggest aerobatic event in North America this year. The first pilots took off on Monday to compete in the sportsman power category. Michael Hoy, flying on the Monosport 360, was the best pilot in the first program. Joshua Gregg on the Super Decathlon took the second, and Philip Greig was third, flying on the Pitts S2. In advanced power, Martin Flournoy earned most of the points from judges, flying on the MX2 aircraft. Matthew Dunphy was second, and Luke Penner was third. In the most spectacular unlimited power category, Rob Holland literally destroyed all the other athletes in the first competition on his NXS. Jeffrey Baboon and Godwin Thomas tried to catch Rob, but with weak chances to win in overall. The event will end on Friday the 24th. Dan Darby and Be In Motion Studio have got a lot of pleasure over the last few days, and they've made an absolutely stunning wingsuit video with jumps over the Alps. Take a look. After a 2.5-hour hike, Dan Darby experienced a rewarding scenic flight over Lake Garda in Italy, following his friend Tim and using the amazing 360 GoPro Max camera to get all the amazing all-round views. Be In Motion pilot decided to do a more aggressive jump into the small canyon in the Dolomites. Thrilling and, of course, a little bit dangerous, but anyway, so beautiful. My second special guest this week is a cameraman, the camera flyer for Team NFTO since 2015. He has already made more than 4,600 skydives and more than 1,000 base jumps. He's extremely experienced as a coach and a good friend as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and the only Simon Brentford.
Well, let me say congratulations, NFTO, not for the ordinary, full weight team, champions, British nationals again.
Well, yes, thank you. We had a bit of a close shave, I think, this time. 10 rounds, we were same points, and we had to do a jump off, which is pretty rare. I don't think it's happened in AAA.
Yeah, before. I don't remember.
I certainly haven't seen it. Yeah. And then we did the jump off, and when I landed from that, and I think the girls thought as well, oh no, we've blown it, we've lost it, we haven't done a very good round. And then it came up on the TV screens, and the atmosphere was absolutely electric at Skydive Hibblestow when it happened. And I watched the TV screens and I thought, oh my goodness, yeah, no, this has confirmed it. I really have blown it. But then the scores came in from the judges, and again, it was even. And I thought, okay, so I don't know the obscure minority rule. What is it? Is it first round, or is it the highest number of points? And that's how it, in the British system, that's how it went. It went on the single highest round, where we did a 32 pointer on one of the rounds, round 7, I think, and that won the meet. Yeah, I'm never going to forget it. There's been a lot of competitions since I've started competing. I'm never going to forget it. And you know, hands down to Chimera and to my NFTO girls for giving a really exciting experience.
Simon has got much more interesting stories to tell, and you can find them in the full-length interview available on our YouTube channel. The NASA Advanced Air Mobility National Campaign team has wrapped up 2 weeks of flight testing of Joby Aviation's prototype electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The tests, which were the first to be conducted by NASA using an eVTOL aircraft as part of the campaign, took place in Joby's facility near Big Sur, California. NASA's goal is to collect vehicle performance and acoustic data for use in modeling and simulation of future airspace concepts. After the data is analysed, the test results will also help identify gaps in the current Federal Aviation Administration regulations and policies to help incorporate advanced air mobility aircraft into the national airspace system. Designed as an air taxi, the commercial version of Joby's aircraft is expected to have a range of 150 miles, top speed of 200 miles per hour, and be capable of carrying a pilot and 4 passengers. So more and more often we're seeing videos from FPV drones flying very close to other aircraft. What seemed to be crazy, dangerous and prohibited just a few years ago now becomes a new videographic reality. Nikko Films' team showed how they train and produce this kind of cinematic images. Take a look. To safely fly together, the drone pilot and airplane pilot need to be in constant two-way radio communication, and also with the ATC. It demands a lot of training and step-by-step getting closer to the flying aircraft. Huge responsibility, of course, not only for the drone and airplane pilots, but also for the people on the ground. And it's all extremely important. So everybody, please, if you have your own private drone, don't try this yourself. Don't try it without any permissions and proper training. Please just don't. So if I say paramotor, what do you see? A person under a paragliding wing with a huge propeller and a heavy engine on the back? Well, maybe this picture will be soon in the history books because of the work and the ideas of Justine Harp. This American paramotor female pilot designed a special lightweight bar with 2 electric engines and propellers on both ends of it. She claims that the prototype of this specific launch system costs less than $2,000 US. It's also much cheaper during flight compared to a standard piston engine, and for sure it's much quieter than the normal engines. Who knows, maybe this is the future of paramotors. From time to time, between pilots and air traffic controllers, mistakes and misunderstandings can take place. We call it, of course, the human factor. But have you ever heard a pilot arguing with a controller, like a husband and wife, ignoring safety, rules and orders? Well, we have this example from the United States airspace.
And 1 November Romeo, I need you outside of the Bravo.
Negative.
A negative what?
I'm inside.
You were not given a clearance through the Bravo. 1 November Romeo, exit the Bravo immediately.
I've been talking to you the whole time. That's the whole point of talking to you.
You have to have a Bravo clearance. You have to request a Bravo clearance.
The Bravo clearance about 50 miles ago.
Nobody clears you through the Bravo but me.
Then clear me through.
No.
Yes. You're an asshole. She's being an ass. That is not appropriate language.
Yeah, so funny, but at the same time, quite dangerous. Okay, let's move on to our Hall of Fame section. On the 18th of September 1928, the rigid airship Graf Zeppelin LZ-127 made its first flight at Friedrichshafen, Germany. Graf Zeppelin was named after Ferdinand Adolf Hendrik August Graf von Zeppelin, a German general and count, the founder of the Zeppelin Airship Company. The airship was constructed of a lightweight material structure covered by a fabric envelope. It was 776 feet long. Contained inside were 12 hydrogen-filled buoyancy tanks, fuel tanks, workspaces and crew quarters. The LZ-127 was manned by a 36-person crew and could carry 24 passengers. From the 14th to the 18th of September 1984, Colonel Joseph Kittinger II lifted off from Caribou, Maine, at the extreme northeast corner of the United States, aboard Rosie O'Grady's helium balloon of peace. 86 hours later, he came to rest at Montenotte, Italy, having completed the very first solo transatlantic balloon flight. Kittinger established 4 FAI world records for distance, having travelled 5,703 kilometres. These records actually still stand. On the 20th of September 1904, in an effort to improve their airplane, the Wright brothers moved their test flights from the windy Coal Devil Hills of North Carolina to Huffman Prairie near Dayton, Ohio. Without the winds, however, they needed to achieve greater speed for the airplane to take off, so they devised a catapult which used a 1,200 pound weight dropped from a 20-foot wooden derrick to pull the Wright Flyer 2 down a wooden track. The Wright Flyer 2 was very similar to the original Flyer. Some parts of the airframe were strengthened, which slightly increased the new airplane's weight. On the 20th of September 1902, Stanley Spencer, the well-known English aeronaut at the time, successfully accomplished a remarkable flight over London in his airship of his own invention. It is estimated that his ship travelled nearly 30 miles. He started from Crystal Palace at 1615 and descended 3 hours later near Harrow. Spencer's airship had a blunt nose and tail and did not taper to a cigar-like point like the other airships of Santos Dumont. The bag, which is 75 feet long, contained 20,000 cubic feet of hydrogen. That's it, guys. Please contact us if you have any interesting information which is worth for us to show in our program. You can also like our fan page, share, and of course subscribe. We'll see you back here again next week. Until then, stay safe and keep your eyes on the skies. Simon has got much more interesting stories to tell, and you can find them all in full as blah 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 blah.